Time flies when you just throw that clock out the window and go live your life. Time is a concept. Don't be a sheeple. Welcome to Very Real Talk, everybody, for another week. My name is Nick Potter, and I don't believe in time, and I'm the host of this podcast. And those are just two things about me that you might want to know. I don't know if you need to know them, but there you go.
Thanks, Nick.
Keeps on slipping, man.
And I feel like that's like the fourth or fifth time that you've called everyone a sheeple in the intro.
I'm just trying to wake up the masses, baby.
Right.
Okay.
Joey, get your head out of the pasture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you look at a clock and it's a certain time, I don't know which time it is, it forms a pyramid Illuminati. Then, if you look at a clock at a different time, it's the Twin Towers, 9/11.
Right. And then if you look at a clock and then look outside, you'll see the lizard people worshiping the moon.
Absolutely. So, in every reflection of a clock, there is childlike wonder.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say about that.
But clocks are right twice a day, though, right?
Yeah, but they're wrong 98 other times and more, right?
Definitely more, I think.
What time is it? Hair past freckle? You know, that's code for some sinister shit. All right.
Yeah, the ballistic missiles have been launched now, so look out, somebody.
I guess I'm really glad I don't have a lot of like regular analog clocks in my life, so I don't have to think about any of this.
Yeah, dude, if you did, you'd be fucking brainwashed, you know?
Wait,
Yeah.
so are you saying that clocks themselves brainwash? I have one that's intentionally wrong. Not intentionally, it's wrong, and I never fixed it. Because I don't care, I'm not a sheeple.
See, you're already on the right track, Corey.
Oh, I thought you had like a goofy, melty, like Alice in Wonderland clock because you're
Kind of
quirky.
clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's two things you can
Every
do to
hour
combat
it goes,
this.
Yeah. My
You can
clock
either-
is 4chan, okay? That's what my
Okay.
clock is. It's
Ooh.
right all the time because we know that 4chan has never been wrong about anything.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
And that's
Wait,
the
that's
truth.
not correct. I don't even want that soundbite to exist, okay? It is not true.
Strike that from the record, please. The time? There is no time. Anyway, it's time now, I guess, to introduce the rest of these boys talking about time. The first boy I'm talking to is my friend and yours, Corey Music.
What's up, buddy? Hey, music.
Hey.
Guess what? You know what makes music, Nick?
What's that?
Time.
Oh, the music isn't real
measures
either.
are in time, motherfucker. So time matters a little bit to me is all I want to throw out there. What's your question? Go.
Okay. Well, I'll just say that music isn't real because if you look at a guitar, you can definitely see the lizard people slaughtering lambs.
I thought you were going to make some joke about if you see the guitar, like you can see the strings or something. Like, yeah, I guess you can. Great job, buddy.
They're not magic, Corey. You can see how they work, you idiot. Just look at
It's
it.
like, come on, man. It's like you can see the strings here.
Yeah, I can see the strings behind everything. I just have the vision, you know? But my question for you is this. Is time a straight line or a flat circle if it exists?
Well, I think it's a straight line, right? It has to be, right? I mean, because that's like the experience. Like, if it's a flat circle, like, what is that implying? Like, it comes around again, or
Yeah, absolutely.
but anything
And is that literally or metaphorically?
yeah, is it a scientist or is it Matthew McConaughey saying it? Because that's totally different.
Let me say that this moment in time has happened over and over and over again and will repeat into infinity. So
Yeah, I think
just
it's
take
a
with that
straight
what you
arrow
want.
because I think this has really just happened one time. To do that is like what you're talking about, infinite universes. All that other shit
Yeah.
is like sort of stoner shower shit that people waste a lot of time.
They
talking
explained
about
it perfectly in Avengers Endgame, so I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Back to the Future was bullshit, and
Yeah,
you know,
Captain
the
America
rest.
goes back in time to put the things back, but then stays back there, which doesn't change history at all, I guess, because it doesn't
Because
make
they're
any sense.
different timelines.
Whoa,
different
bro.
timelines.
He just waits and he ends up back where he was, which defeated the purpose of all the bullshit they explained in the first act, you know?
Yep, you know. They could
Perfect.
have just waited.
See? Perfect film.
Perfect
Yeah.
film. It's a flat circle, straight arrow. So
the black,
do with that what
the
you
flat
want.
circle implies that God's like, whatever, fan fiction, and the straight arrow implies that things happen, and that's the way they happen. I don't know. I'm a straight arrow kind of guy.
Okay, I believe
Number
I'll
one
have more
movie.
chances to do this. I'll have more chances at all these jokes, and so that's why I just don't try because it's just coming around again, baby.
You know, I like to believe straight arrow, so every moment counts, which is why I'm good.
Ugh.
Only
Nick,
sometimes.
is that what you say at your comedy set when no one laughs? You're like, I'll get you on the next round.
I say, hey, you'll see. I like that has sort of become the mantra of this podcast.
Very well
you'll
talked.
all see.
You'll see.
You'll all see one day.
Yep.
Spooky.
The next boy I'm introducing, it's your friend and mine, Colin Sage. What's up, Colin?
Definitely not lizard people, right?
Yeah, why would that be?
Hey, it's just eczema, guys. All right, let's all calm down.
Let's take off the tinfoil hats, okay? They have they have skin problems, okay? Let's not be mean
Let's start
and call them
balancing
lizard
the
people.
scales. You know what I mean, Colin?
Whoa.
Yeah, the pizza parlor I'm building in my backyard, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. I just enjoy pizza.
And
the moon.
and do it
I really
and
like moon-shaped objects.
Are you a
And you
lizard,
know-
a turtle, or a werewolf?
He's Colin. What are you talking about?
Human person.
He is human.
he is human. Yeah, man. Colin just
I'm
likes
like
to get the work done himself.
human.
We're all
just in the
homo
middle of this.
sapiens here, right?
You
Nicholas,
gotta take the
what?
time to enjoy the human things in life.
Yeah. I just have to do this human podcast for humans. Colin, my question-
1011 are numbers, right? Am I right?
Been outside warming up my human blood in the sun all day so that I can perform functions.
Right, guys? Who hates that?
Man, isn't shedding gross? I'm glad we humans don't do that.
But we do, and that's where we caught you, motherfucker.
Oh.
Oh, Kiss, what a great
Yeah.
man. We all have long tongues, am I right?
Yikes.
Oh, man. Hey, Colin, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
If you never had to sleep, what would you do with all that time?
Ooh, I've thought about this before, and I'm thinking we got a couple options. One is just like fuck off and do nothing. Video games, whatever. Basically pretend to be a better person during the day. Like, I don't need self-fulfillment, and then just secretly indulge at night.
Yeah.
that's
The
a
other
good one.
option would be like work at a call center.
Oh, no!
And just like, you know, it's not even a big thing. It's not like I'm going to take that time and like plan and like go to school and like, no, it's like I'm just going to get a regular job. And then I'll have two incomes, guys. That would
Whoa.
be crazy. Whoa.
You should like try to get overtime at one job and really rake that overtime in,
Oh,
right?
Hell
'Cause
yeah.
When you get like
Just
time and a
never-
half, they can use all
Just
that extra
never
time.
go home and then demand overtime pay.
Yeah, I think that you might get axed after a while. They're like, "Oh shit,
can't
how many
afford this
hours are
guy."
how many hours are there in the week? Because that's how many Colin worked."
Yeah. And then the government will, you know, learn of this, and they will come and discover, you know, how human I am.
Totally not a lizard.
Yeah, totally.
On a scale of 1 to lizard, I'm a 1.
I'd probably bounce around. It'd be like a real, like one of those kind of thinking indie movies, like a Groundhog's Day or something, where it's like you see a montage of me just like fucking off and like just jerking it, or I don't know, just doing something stupid, and then
Or
it's like
learning
a
to ice
switch.
sculpt or something fulfilling, but you chose
Yeah,
jerking it.
and then,
That's fine.
yeah. Well, you go through the phases, right? The beginning of the montage is like dumb self-indulgence, and then then there's the call center, and then there's like the ice sculpting, and then I'm like, you know,
At some
I've got,
point,
like,
you're in
20
like
degrees.
a backyard wrestling pit.
Yeah,
Right.
People
sure.
just throwing money at you. I don't know.
And then
I
at
feel like
the end,
it
you, learn,
turns
you
somewhere.
find true love, and by that you mean you fuck a lot of bitches during that that sleep time.
Yikes! Yikes!
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's what happens.
Well, yeah,
And
that's.
then-
I imagine that would be sort of you get bored with each like task, and you'd eventually like sort of begrudgingly have to move on to something better, maybe.
Yeah, and then at the end of the montage, it's me just like staring down a homeless person in the middle of the night, and we're just playing like who falls asleep first game for like pennies.
Okay.
And it's like this is what it's become.
You're making money off your superpower.
Yeah, but like in the worst ways, like the dumbest amounts of money.
Oh, but then like you can graduate to like Or, like they're like, famines, like intentional famines. You can go, I'm not going to sleep until the president does this. And then you can use your powers for good. Like, yeah, Mr. Sage has not slept in 2 months. The president now is like being forced to sign the documents or whatever. You can do some good. That's like, the turning point of the film.
Yes.
Yeah, that's better than my option, which was just go to a sleep study and really fuck with them. It's like, but then you might get uncovered as a lizard person. So.
Right.
You might lay some eggs while you wait,
Not only is he not sleeping, but also his eyes blink independently of each other. That's weird.
Also, he has a tail.
It's yeah. So I'd probably maybe just pick up another persona. Maybe I'd what's that, Duke Silver from Parks and Rec? I just learn to play an instrument and I just go out. Yeah, I become a vampire.
Okay. Yeah, like a less nefarious vampire, like kind of a boring vampire.
Yeah, so very boring vampires, I think, what would eventually.
But if you're gonna be a vampire, you should also be an Uber driver, and that's how you get people.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of
Yeah, but if he's a boring vampire, then he doesn't get people.
Well, then get them.
He just takes them to their destination.
You can be like one of those energy vampires.
I get their money after I provide them a service.
Got him,
Hell
dude.
yeah, got him.
And the whole ride, even though they haven't brought it up, you spend the whole ride convincing them that you're not a lizard person. Oh, hey, what's going on? Crazy time to be a lizard person. Not that I would know.
So you at the club or were you worshiping the moon? What was on tonight's docket there?
You hot or cold?
1 star for this guy. Might be a lizard person? Question mark.
They give me a star while they're still in the car, and I'm like, oh, now my rating's too low, and I just put on a wig in front of them and change my profile picture.
Yeah.
And my name, and I'm like, all right,
off again.
You have 9 phones.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
Okay, yeah, that's all that whole answer is exactly what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah.
So you really
definitely not
really
take
lived
night
up to my
classes and
expectations.
better myself.
ugh,
Yeah,
boring.
that sucks.
Yeah, be a boring vampire instead. That's way more interesting. All right, now it's time for the last boy. He's my brother and he's your brother. It's my brother and yours, Joey Potter. What's up, brother?
Hello. Now, Nick, I see that all of your questions have to do with time, so I already know where your head's at and what question you're going to ask me. You obviously want to ask me, where would I rank Power Rangers Time Force
Oh my God!
in all of the Power Rangers? And honestly, it'd probably be top 5.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a really good season. It actually has character development.
Okay.
What? The leader is technically the Pink Ranger. What?
I like that. Let's turn those tropes on their heads, baby.
There's a guy with green hair and a jewel on his head. He might not be a human.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Now you're talking Collins. I mean, so no one in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that Tom's a flat or a straight arrow, but I feel like we've had this conversation about Power Rangers a bunch, so I'm gonna change my answer to flat circle.
Yeah, prove my point right there. Thanks, Joey.
Honestly, I haven't really talked about Time Force that much, except
You're right.
when
Yeah.
I scream the theme song. But
It's
that
more
might be in our breaks.
you're a mother who asks me to clean my room, and I'm like, all right, I've cleaned this room of Power Rangers. We've talked about it, and you're the mom who comes in and finds that corner that I've not cleaned. And I guess for this week it was Time Force.
Yep. Yepers.
I haven't covered that one.
Joey,
Yep, haven't gotten there yet.
Joey, you did release a lot of air from your air sacs about Power Rangers quite a bit. It was a little unsettling, but
Well, yeah, what do you want from
Yeah.
me? Time Force, great season. They're from the year 3000,
whoa.
I need
that's
you to
nuts.
empty. I need you to empty your air sacs about something else, please.
Then I'll just deflate.
That means
You
he's
become
out of
that-
air, Nick.
If I'm
He's-
not talking about Power Rangers, then I'm a sack on the floor.
It turns
he's
out
that-
Joey's a balloon person.
Oh God, Joey is all those people from those marijuana commercials from 10 years ago, where they were just flat on the couch.
Yeah, I just
Oh, what's Joey doing? Not talking about Power Rangers. Oh,
makes sense.
that's a Power Rangers commercial right there. If you don't talk about it, you'll become a flat balloon person, and no one wants that because
And your dog will judge you too.
yeah, your dog will definitely judge you. Because your dog loves to hear you talk about Power
Yeah, he
Rangers, I
loves
guess.
it.
Oh my god.
Loves the
all right,
even though I think they're all colorblind. Is that a myth that they all see in black and white?
It's
I
a
don't know.
myth.
Rugrats taught me it's not a myth, so
They
Yeah.
see some colors. You should get your dog a red is it
Set of
red?
Power
Maybe it's blue.
Rangers.
I don't know. They get their greens and blues and reds mixed up.
yeah.
like
I got
lizards, they see like not that I would know,
Right.
but
I got my dog a set of Psycho Rangers, and I'm testing it out. So I'll give you guys the results at some point when I'm done conducting my experiment.
Oh yeah, guys.
But for now,
I got my Psycho. Hold on. These people want to know. I got my Psycho Rangers. The box, slick as fuck. The colors,
Okay.
vibrant as fuck. Them booties, they popping.
yeah,
Are they
Wow.
juicy?
They're juicy.
Joey,
Do they come
make
with
sure,
their own juice?
is juice sold separately?
It's like those Harry Potter figures that used to come with like goop. It's like magic
Yeah.
goop, and it's just like this sucks.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Joey, make sure to post some good booty popping pictures for our fans on our Instagram. Okay,
All right, I'll just turn it into a Power Rangers fan Instagram.
there we go.
Okay.
Hey,
Something.
I imagine we get more clicks, Joey.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably would.
So maybe we're pivoting to a whole new theme. I don't know. But for now, we're doing very real talk, and we're not talking any more about Power Rangers. So
knows?
let's talk about what we're going to talk about and move on to our talk about topic. So all you listeners out there with the keen sense of hearing might have picked up on a pattern during our intro. And for those of you who you're just kind of half paying attention, I'll go ahead and explain what the pattern was. We were talking a lot about time
Force.
in that intro. There was a little bit of that we did add some force in there, but it was mainly about the concept of time. And so that's what we're going to be talking about this week. What the theme is, what the topic is something that we've been thinking about, something I've been thinking about a lot since I have a daughter right now, and that is, how things evolve over time, how things change, and
Right.
what might have existed when we were kids might be hard to explain to a kid growing up in the year 2020. And that's kind of the first idea. And the second being things we're going to have to continue to explain when children are even like the next generation, my grandchildren,
Or
Yeah.
things
like
that we like almost. I'm looking at it as like things that I wish I'm gonna have to explain because they don't exist anymore.
I mean, that can be a part of it. Yeah, we can try and wish things out of existence. But yeah, so basically, things that we grew up with as kids that don't exist anymore, and how we would explain them to, like, how am I going to explain certain things to my daughter about, the 2000s, the 90s, when I was growing up, and then things that maybe exist today that we don't, a little speculation, things we don't think will exist, 50 years from now, or what, even maybe 10 years, just in the future at some point. Things that we can see kind of moving towards a new era. So let's start, with things that that don't exist right now that we dealt with when we were kids. Because obviously, like me and Joey, we work at a pizza place, so we work with a lot of teenagers, and I find myself having to re-explain things that I thought were common knowledge, but obviously aren't, because I'm 30 years old and they're like 16.
Yeah, there
So-
are some people there that you're double their age.
Right. And it sucks, because I started there when I was 14, so I'm just living a cool, happy life, going back to where I started.
Time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle, Corey. I got you again, dog.
Man, the chalkboard 2-0. Damn.
Yeah. You got nothing.
Just you wait, man. Hey, because
So
I'll show
ju-
some straight arrow things. Some things are not going to come back, and that's sort of
Right.
another thing we have to discuss.
Yeah. But, I was even the other day discussing, like, something simple, like how, I had to, how the internet didn't exist. And when it started out, we couldn't get on it because, like, our parents were on the telephone.
Right, dial-up modems, you can't have both those things at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
speaking of,
absolutely blown away. Like, these are kids that were born, post 9/11. So they wouldn't understand when the internet was getting popular in like 1996.
Yeah, and
Right.
just
So-
what the internet was, even when
Right.
you could get on it.
Gang, I'm glad you brought this up because I'm looking up a little thing called net zero right now.
Net zero.
I thought I would just look up like the historical records. It's still around.
Oh, wow.
And it almost looks like a scam how fake this website is. You can sign up for dial-up internet with them.
Wow.
And it's real.
That still exists. I'm still kind of blown away by that.
There's high-speed, accelerated dial-up for $30 a month.
Okay. What kind of speeds you getting out of that?
Yeah,
it just says
what's the bits?
5 times faster than basic dial-up.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Like, shut the front door.
Right. But you can also get free dial-up internet for 10 hours a month.
I mean,
right
hey,
now.
Some people need that, man. Some old people just need to like check their email real fast. Like,
Yeah, it must be for old people because like one of their things they're touting is email. You will get email if you subscribe. Oh, but also you can get Games Unlimited is one of their services for $8.95 a month. A month.
wow,
Dude, that's cheaper than
play
Game
games.
Pass.
You can play games like Bejeweled and Peggle.
oh hell
And,
yeah.
Mahjong.
What about like
Magic
Chip's
Ball 2?
Adventure? Like Jez Ball.
Can you play
Yeah,
Frogger?
I can like see like a poster that looks
see,
just like
Frogger would be like a licensed game. You can, but you can play Cake Mania and Bookworm Deluxe.
Hell yeah.
I can see
Okay.
a poster for
$9 a month.
a Minecraft poster, but it says Minesweeper instead. So people like kids will go, "Oh my god, what?" And there's this Minesweeper. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in like 2002, I was at my grandparents' house and looking and seeing the net zero like discs that you would have to insert to get more internet time.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was the thing. Like AOL and that thing. Like the internet used to be kids nowadays. There's just infinite internet pretty much. But back in the day, it was like health items in a video game. Where all right, cool, 10+ hours internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Add that to the queue.
We had a thing where I lived in the country. Corey, you might be able to relate. So Net Zero was free because it just had like a big ad banner on there. And my parents were like, AOL, you got to pay money? Fuck that. This one's free. But because we lived so far out, you couldn't get the internet unless you had a long-distance phone line. So
Oh, okay.
They got
I
it.
think, yeah, we like went back and forth between like, oh, we had to get long distance, but that was apparently crazy expensive, or so to my father. So I think eventually we like got rid of it, and then we just like put a jar, and every time you logged into the internet, you had to like give a quarter.
What? Wow.
It's like an arcade machine.
Right, because it was like whatever that extra charge would be, because the internet was making a long distance call to
Wow.
Wow.
get on. Yeah.
Guys,
So
I
it's
gotta
like-
say,
You're 8, you don't have any fucking quarters or whatever. You're 10, 12.
yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna go mow some lawns in the neighborhood?
You're gonna steal quarters from your parents, kind of nullifying the whole thing.
And just to be clear too, like you're plugging in the phone line into the internet too. Like that's a thing that's why it's right. That's why it was like taken up.
Yeah.
So you don't do that anymore. It's just a button you press on a computer. So
Well, I remember what we did. So it was either we had a choice, and we went back and forth a couple times, but it was either get 2 phone lines so that you could be on the internet and make calls, but there was
Right.
no long distance, so it was extra to call people who weren't in the boonies with us, and extra to do the internet. Or we do 1 long distance phone line, but then it would boot you off if somebody picked up the phone. There wasn't even like a
Shit.
grace period. It would just like immediately do it. So we would go back and forth like, okay, well, we tried that. So for the next couple months, we're going to do it this way instead. Get your quarters ready. And then the next couple of months, like, hey, we're going to try it like this.
Man,
Nick,
Classic.
I gotta say,
Didn't we
What?
have like a almost like a caller ID thing eventually, where it's like, since we were on the internet and we had 1 phone line, we had like basically a pager in between it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
We did. It
I
was
didn't know if I
weird.
was making that up or not. Like we had like some sort of pager that it's like someone's calling, so you get off the fucking internet.
Yeah, you basically
Yeah.
got a little warning.
If you had a nice one, it would tell you like who they were, what number it was.
Give them their social,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Docs them was good.
Guys, I have to say, doing this podcast was fun, but I'm just playing Jezball now.
Oh, yeah, you found chess ball.
Hell yeah, I did. I'm on level 6, motherfucks, while Colin was telling his dumb story. I was out here
You're paying
making...
fucking $10 a month for it.
No, dude, freewebarcade.com. Check it out, everybody.
Damn.
Speaking of like the internet being a commodity in terms of time, there was also a period of time where I don't think kids will understand that like instant messenger things were a bit more of a novelty, to where there are more programs that were dedicated just to that, like AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, or what we use in the boonies on my side of the woods was ICQ. Did you guys ever use that?
I never
What
used
the
it,
fuck
but
is
I heard
that,
it.
dog? We had AIM because we were in the city.
We were in the system, the AOL system.
We
that
were
got
sheeple.
Oh,
ICQ was an instant messenger service. It was sort of a play on the phrase "I seek you," and it was just a thing that it was like a little flower.
I peek you.
I peek you.
Just a bunch of dudes jerking off at 2 frames a second on their webcams.
No, fuck you. There were not even webcams back then, man. Like. The big
true.
thing with that was like people would like change their background, because you have like your instant messenger browser up. You can change your background color, the font, the color of your font, and that's sort of like how you
Absolutely.
AIM was the same way. Like that's sort of how you personalize like your. That's how you showed your personality, because people didn't have pictures or whatever back then, like 2000, 1999. So
No, I mean, that's absolutely
like,
true. Like,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
I remember like talking to my people, like my friends on the phone. Like, going, hey, man, cool, so I'll talk to you on ICQ or AIM, and just hang up the phone and then go do that? Like, that was a thing? 'Cause
Absolutely.
also, talking to people on the phone in
Yes.
general was a thing people used to do that people don't do now, but that's a whole other topic.
Oh, damn. AIM shut down
Yeah.
3 years ago?
Well,
Yeah, dude.
It's not even an
done.
option anymore.
Yeah.
That door closed forever, you know what I'm talking about?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what didn't have AIM? Net zero. So all the other kids are talking about it, and I could not enjoy it. And they'd be like, "Oh, you don't have AIM, bro? You got the internet?" I'm like, "Well, it doesn't work that way. It's
I
only
bet you can
via
get
American
ICQ,
online
motherfucker.
internet."
Yeah,
No one was on that.
Probably.
I remember, like, still...
Fuck you.
I still remember
on
having AIM on my, like, iPhone 3G. And I was like, holy shit, I can AIM anywhere now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big deal to, like, try. I'd have to sit there for, like, hours and try and figure out what's my away message going to be. What do I want people to get? What do I want them to know about me while I'm gone? Nick is feeling feelings. Nick is, angsty. Nick is, hopeful. What is
Sad.
Nick at this point in time? Nick is usually sad because the girl he wanted to talk to him on AIM isn't talking to him on AIM. And then
Got him.
she'd understand,
Nick
she'd get
is
it, and then she'd
human.
finally like me.
Totally human.
Nick is, I don't know, drinking water, whatever humans do.
I use ICQ, just like the rest of you humans, right?
Oh, we finally got him.
Lizards
Corey,
hate
there was
ICQ.
Corey, there was webcams because I got chat rouletted way before chat roulette was a thing.
Oh, it's okay.
In,
we don't
like-
need to go into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
we
was
don't
just
have to
gonna
go
say
to
like
your personal trauma
2001.
story when you were like 11 years old and your uncle found you, or whatever you're about to
No,
tell.
no. It's just like in 2001, 2002, you get on Yahoo chats.
Okay.
And then they had all those categories, and you'd obviously go to lesbian, and then
Yes,
and it's just a
obviously.
bunch of 12-year-old dudes. Anyway, so then they brought that time that like webcams were a new thing, and nobody had them, but some people you could see that they had a webcam, and so you'd like click on their webcam, and just
Hoping to see
thinking, like,
boobs, obviously.
yeah, or see whatever, because it was like cool. Webcams are new. I just want to see something,
Nude.
and it takes like 10 years because you're on fucking net zero, and then it pops up and it's a penis, and then you realize you're looking at someone else's penis. You've never seen anyone else's penis. You freak out, and you're like, "What? Oh my gosh! I didn't realize this was even a thing."
And you're like, Dad, I can't put a quarter in. I paid a higher price today.
Yeah, basically.
Dad, there are not enough quarters in the world.
Yeah, that's life currency, Father. I have to go now and lie down and think about everything. Sucks.
Yeah. So this kind of leads off of that, but it's just like really just like not having a phone on you. Like
Yeah.
the weird feeling of that, and I don't know if a lot of kids will know that feeling of just not having some sort of way to do something, either like internet or call. I was on a delivery the other night, and I had to go to a hotel, and the room number that I had didn't exist, and so I went to call the person, and then my phone just said SIM card failure, and I was just like,
you were transported back to 1995.
yeah, I was just
happens,
like,
yeah.
I was just like, and I like, you know, reset my phone, did all that shit, and it was just, yeah, I guess my SIM card had died, and I was just like, I went to the front desk, and I was just like, can you call this person? Like, my phone's not working, and
they held up their cell phone, and they're like, what? I don't know the number.
And then, like, eventually, just, like, we couldn't get a hold of him. I was like, I guess I'm going to have to drive back to the store. And,
yeah,
like,
there's no way for me to contact them.
Yeah, it was just like, and the other thing is just like, all right, let me Google this real quick. And I was like, I don't have reception because I don't have a SIM card. And I was just like, it's been so long since I've had that feeling. I'm just like, there's nothing I can do. I'm alone. I know where I am, and I feel safe, but I am alone. And
yeah,
it's horrifying.
Go to a payphone, dude. Come on.
No, I mean, it's true. Like, when I first started delivering at Mozzarella's, like, way back in the day, there was no GPS. They just told you what neighborhood it was in, and good fucking luck.
Remember, like, when back in the day when you had to print, like, MapQuest pages?
MapQuest, yes.
Yeah.
We would do that when we had to, like, drive to our grandparents' house in Ohio or something. Like, yeah, that's the thing is, like, yeah, I mean, everyone knows that, but it's, like, a big deal to, like, you know, I've had this conversation with my wife several times of, like, what are we going to do about technology and our daughter Quinn? Like, when does she need a phone? Because she's going to ask for a phone way quicker than we're going to want to give her one. But does it, like, should we just, like, go with the way the world is going?
Turn her
like,
into
the
a
future?
robot?
Like, or my backup plan is just to get her that old people phone, the jitterbug phone.
There you go.
That just has, like, 4 numbers in it and, like, a life alert.
Yeah, it's like it's like a pager just to 911. That's like,
Yeah.
And that's what she'll have
like,
till she's 35.
Yeah, like, Mom, Dad, all the kids have the iPhone 25. And I'm like, yeah, you have the Jitterbug 25. Go out and be different.
It's like The Village, but about phones instead. Like, don't go past these. Like, no. Like, Nokia is the way to go. Like, there's no Apple. What's that? And then one day they go out and they realize that there's an iPhone 25.
Right. They find stick images put together. It looks like Timmy Cook. In the woods, it's like, what is this? No,
Yeah,
they're finding a way.
Oh my God, is that, what is that horrifying? Oh my God, it's Steve Jobs. He's coming after us.
He's been in the woods this whole time?
Yeah, it's hard to get reception, my friend. Why would you need a phone? See, that's what it's all about.
Man, do I sure miss T9 texting. Am I right, guys?
You mean, is that the one where you had to press the buttons multiple times to get to the letters? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
I was hoping
Yeah.
that it would be dead silence after Nick said that. We can let
I got
that
really
rest
good
in
at it
peace.
because, well, I watched The Departed. I saw how good Leo, like,
Oh yeah, in his pocket.
yeah,
God.
Leo and Martin Sheen in their pockets, and I was like, I want to do that, and I would just.
That was a skill that people had. Like, well, for simple messages like, see you then or bye or yeah, you did that with that shit while in your pocket.
Yeah, I would often like be like, the drug suppliers are here. Move in on my signal in my pocket.
Yeah.
So.
One of the last one of my friends that like got a smartphone, like we all had iPhone 4s or whatever, and he was still T9ing. He was like a fucking jackhammer on that thing.
Yeah.
He
You gotta
was,
keep up, man.
yeah, it was just like, holy shit, that doesn't make any sense. It's like watching like pro fighting like games where it's just like, how are you pressing those buttons like that and it actually works?
Yeah. Well, that's
I don't know. I found my old phone, and it had a keyboard. It was a BlackBerry knockoff. That was probably a Blueberry. I don't know. But it had a
Jitterberry.
keyboard. But yeah, the keys
Strawberry.
are so small. They're like the heads of pins.
Yeah.
And I don't know how my big fucking thumbs push those buttons, but I was super quick. And now, like, I can't even spell anything on my giant ass
Yeah.
Samsung.
Right.
And I was doing just fine on that tiny, tiny little keyboard.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is going to be weird, like, you talk, like, that's a big thing is, like, convenience, right? Like, how things, like, and it's gone that way throughout time and space, like, everyone had to walk to places, and now, we got fucking scooters that you can just, like, rent with your phone. and go places. But like the convenience of everything is going to be the hardest. Like, hey, I don't know why you need to know this, and I sound like an old fogey, but it used to be hard. You used to have to drive with your dad with your old dad to the video store.
Well, yeah, there's a video store. But with convenience, though, and I was thinking about this the other day while going through Netflix, and I feel like people tell stories of, the other day I just spent 30 minutes browsing through Netflix to try to find something and didn't end up watching anything at all.
Yeah.
That used to be not just a sort of thing you did, but like an adventure, okay, after school. Especially when you got your license when you were 16, because video stores were still around. You would go to the video store, and sometimes you didn't pick anything at all, but it was just about walking around a physical space and architecture, and just like seeing what was there, what did they choose, what's available. Not only did they have it, but what do they have, like the blank little empty cassette things behind it that implies that there's a copy available.
Right. That is another thing. Like having to go and make a definitive choice. Like you were choosing to do this. That's the thing about Blockbusters, that like you can sit on Netflix for an hour. I do it all the time and go, no, I don't know, no.
Yeah,
because I have
like 5
infinite
minutes
choices.
Or something, fuck this.
Yeah, or sometimes your dad rents the Sum of All Fears and you fall asleep, and that was your movie night.
Yep.
It's Tom Clancy, kid. You're gonna fucking love it. You like them video games, don't you?
You like Ben Affleck?
Having to go to the Blockbuster made it like I have to choose something and then leave. Like I can't just sit in here. They'll kick me out eventually. I think. I don't know. Maybe you can just hang out in there for hours. I never wanted to. I wanted to get home and watch, the 7 Ninjas or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go to a video store? Because
no.
I bring this up because video stores. Shut the fuck up. Video stores. They take I have dreams a lot of the time that take place in a video store.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You're doing the same fucking joke as before, okay? I know where your brain's at. I sometimes have dreams. Whoa. I have dreams like you other humans, unlike lizards, am I right? There you go, Nick. So I had a dream. I often have dreams where it takes place in the movie place, and that's like it's all accurate. I remember where everything is. But my point is, I went to this one place that had a totally different system with, you go up there and there's the box that you want, and they have these tags. You know what I'm talking about? Like you grab a tag.
Yeah.
That's on kind of a hook that with the video cassettes on, and you grab it. And how many tags they have is how many copies they have available.
Right.
There's a switch to the thing with the cassette things behind it that, as a kid, to me, seemed like a great schism. Like I was like, wait, whoa! I was not consulted on this. Like we're switching from tags to boxes. What's going on here? It seemed to me the tags were a lot better because they're smaller. Thus, you could have more things in a space as opposed to the room for the boxes.
So Corey, what's happening right now is you're explaining something to me that I don't understand.
See, which is probably a good segue to our next topic.
It's the same.
Obviously, you never went to a Red Giraffe, Joey.
No, I went to fucking Blockbuster and Video Castle.
So fuck you, Joey. We didn't have Blockbuster and Paint, so we're not that goddamn fancy. We had a New World Video, and then a movie warehouse, and then a movie gallery. Those were the big 3.
Wow, you had 3?
Yeah, I mean, it's the sticks, man. What else you got to do?
I mean,
in the sticks, we had one.
To my era.
We
always had one. With one died, the phoenix rose, and that was the next one.
I was about to say, we had one in the sticks, and it also doubled as like an ice warehouse.
Oh, we also rented
shit. Ice.
We also rented shit from the local Kroger because they did video rentals for
yes.
us.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. Although it was a food city for us, not a Kroger.
Yikes, food city. I mean, guys, honestly, was there anything more disappointing than heading to the movie store? You know exactly what you're gonna get. Running up to that wall, you see 40 fucking pictures of the same movie, and you dig behind all of them, and there's no copies left.
So, damn, I really wanted to watch Underworld.
I really wanted to watch Austin Powers too.
Yeah.
Nick, I do hate that, but video games were even harder because they were more expensive, so there were like 2 chances. And I recall so many times calling the place day after day going, do you have this yet? Do you have this yet? Do you have this yet? And eventually
they're
they
like,
say
no!
Yes, you say,
it's that fucking lizard person again.
No, you fucking punk piece of shit, you're probably a goddamn reptile! And they hang up the phone.
Hey man, I bet some Blockbuster employees had some conspiracy theories, you know?
I mean, especially the mom and pop video stores where they just
that's what it was.
smoke weed and watch movies all day.
I don't know. I feel like though, like maybe I'm being nostalgic, but I feel like one person in particular, like she was nice, and she was the person who was there all throughout what I want to call the movie warehouse era. She
Sure.
was nice, and like she was like, "Yes, Corey, you have this thing. You're lucky you." And I got mom to to discard her hate enough to drive me to the movie store and get me the thing that I want. Usually like a wrestling game. I recall doing this with like No Mercy and WWF SmackDown and other big hits
Hell
of the
yeah.
late 90s era. So,
We just rented the Power Rangers movie video game.
Over and over and over again.
I played that. Turbo was on SNES. I played that a lot.
Sucks. Hated it.
It was all right.
Okay. Well,
Turns
I
out if you
feel-
go to the library, you can rent old Christian NES games for free. And me and my
Hey,
brother
man,
would do that because obviously we were poor. We had fucking
Yeah.
net zero. And so we would just get those same like blue cartridges that are clearly bootlegged
Yep.
over and over again because it was like a free game. We don't care if it's fucking terrible. Like,
Right. I mean,
Free
yeah.
game.
I understand why they were free, man. You can't put a price on spreading the good word, So, obviously. But guys, I feel like we've dove too much into nostalgia and not enough on the topic. So we're going to move to our second part of it.
Real quick,
you have
there's
something,
one
Joey?
thing that I want to bring up. Whatever happened to that radio interference noise when you got a phone call?
Whoa, 5G, baby.
5G's
They
still
fixed
not
it.
really a thing, and that thing stopped happening like a long time ago. Like you could tell you're
Whoa.
about to get a phone call because your radio started freaking out. What happened to
Whoa.
that? Was it
They
radio frequencies got better, or did the phone technology got better? What was it?
well, as
don't
we
know, man.
increase G's, we get away from radio.
Yep. G for going away from radio
Oh, okay,
signals.
five going away from radio. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a higher frequency. Radio is a lower frequency. So as you increase G's, you're increasing the frequency.
Wow.
There you go.
All right.
Asked and answered. What a nerd. He's probably a fucking lizard. Only lizard would know that. You say what you want, but I human. So, yeah, let's move on to the second part. And that is things that we think are going to be sort of outdated, gone in the future. Like, I sit and think of things that I don't think my daughter will have to deal with
Cable.
on the day-to-day. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is especially with, like, what's happening with COVID and the pandemic, that, like, we're moving so far away from ever having to leave our houses anymore.
Yeah.
Like, everything is going up into the cloud, and the cloud hangs over all of us, as we know, and we can access it from our homes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's no reason to, are movie theaters going to go away? Maybe, probably, if we can.
Not if
just
Christopher
rent-
Nolan has anything to say about it.
Not if, yeah. Christopher Nolan is the last bastion. He's the last guard. He's the
He's
old
gonna be
guard,
there
if you will.
building them. He's like in his carpenter gear. He's like, we will have theaters.
It's gonna be him and James Cameron.
Yeah. Just like putting it on their back, and I'm like, no, man, I'm not watching Avatar 3 anyway. Like, I'm staying at home. I wouldn't go out anyway.
Remember when
It
they
looks
made
like I'm
Lake-
not going to understand Tenet at all. So why am I going to go pay for it? I'll just wait to be.
He's like, if you build it, they will come. Oh yeah, good movie I watched in my house.
I could be confused on my own couch, Christopher Nolan. No, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, James Cameron, remember when 3D came and went? Like, what are you planning with this sequel, buddy?
He's bringing it back again, man. He's re-pioneering it for the third
Oh, he waited
time.
so long for 3D to become a thing of nostalgia.
Right.
And then releasing
Yeah.
his next movie.
Yep, he's like, a little bit longer. They don't miss it yet.
Yeah.
Time's a flat circle.
He spent all of his time in the Marianas Trench in his like scuba sub with 3D glasses
Yeah.
on to really like understand it, like live it.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you mean that by that? Do you mean glasses? Like
No, like the
Nope.
like the blue and red paper
blue and
glasses.
I am really like. I hope it doesn't come back, so I can say, "Hey, Quinn, for a few years, you used to have to go to the movie theater and put on these dumb, dirty glasses that 100 people have already worn."
which, by the
And
way, is
then-
absurd now because of COVID-19 happened.
Yeah,
And pay
like,
$20 extra on top of your $20 ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just so
And
you
then
can watch
just
this
threw 'em in a-
shitty,
yeah, you can
like,
watch.
post-production 3D effect.
You know,
And
I
remember
was-
when the 3D used to be for, like, one part of the movie?
Yes.
Like, in Harry Potter, it'd be like, the whole movie would be non-3D, and then for the last battle, it'd be like, hey, put on your glasses, everybody.
And they shove their
Yeah.
wands into the
That's
camera.
that Friday the 13th stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, all right, cool. Thanks for the extra $40. Fuck you.
You fell for it again.
I will say Sony
Yeah.
had a pretty good idea with their 3D TVs that you could do split screen, but it was the whole frame. But if you both had 3D glasses on, you couldn't see each other's screen.
Right.
Like that
yeah.
was cool, but
Those are pretty cool.
a huge novelty that I would not.
Yeah.
I'd rather
I can
just
play it. Yeah.
For a
kick my fucking friend
$3,000
out.
TV.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about this. First of all, schools. Maybe being in schools at all will be a novelty now. But assuming that schools are normal again, I was thinking about the fact that nowadays people have phones, people can record stuff, people have even iPads now. Maybe the idea of notebooks being, 20 years from now, not a thing anymore.
Paper.
And
Yeah,
with
I mean, I was-
do you
yeah,
remember,
paper in
back
general.
in the day, like you would turn the notebook over on that sort of brown side, the cardboard side, or not cardboard, but like more, I guess, construction papery side.
Sure.
And like you would draw like band names or like quotes or video, drawings of Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
Penises.
That
If
cool
you're into
ass.
that, if you're into the super bad thing.
Scorpion's penis.
Sub-Zero's penis fighting.
Human penises.
Yeah,
Man.
which I am familiar with.
Whoa, the lizard people are the ones that created that weird S that we all used to draw.
Oh.
Whoa!
S for lizard.
Oh no, they're onto us. We can't call ourselves slizzards anymore. We gotta drop it.
Well, no, lizard begins with an S in the lizard language, my friend. Kind of
Corey,
like that,
oh.
like that scene in The Last Crusade where it's an I. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, Corey, the S obviously stands for hope. Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Okay, well done.
Thank you and
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Thank you. By the way, I'm sorry I'm sorry to say that your mustache is gone. That's a shame. But yeah, I
another
think
thing-
that notepads would be gone. Yeah, I think that would be erased 20 years from
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
People won't
I
have
think-
those anymore.
Right. I think paper is gonna go away eventually. Paper money, paper. We won't have to buy stupid printers anymore. Wasting that ink, that precious ink.
Yeah, printers shouldn't mean like printer. You mean like a 3D printer, like maybe printer.
Right.
Like, as a term will not mean what it means to us now.
Right, your printer's
Right.
going to print you a computer with the files already on it.
Oh, printer. You mean to build a computer? No, I mean for your computer. Oh, you mean to build the computer?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you a
it's like,
lizard
oh,
person?
I need to take notes. I lost my notepad. We'll just print you a new notepad. And they just print you a
What?
fucking Chromebook.
Hell yeah. Those will be the. Hey man, they're putting those in schools now. So for the rich kids.
Something that I hopefully get to explain to somebody that doesn't understand is at one point in time, we could A, plug a plug in the wrong way, and B,
Yeah.
had to have 9 plugs for your 4 devices. What I'm saying is normalize USB-C. This is my TED Talk. Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
No, I'm totally with you, Joey. We're talking about getting Quinn a tablet, and there was one that had a micro USB, and immediately it was like, nope,
Yeah,
get
throw
rid
that
of
in the
that.
garbage.
We're getting the one with the USB-C,
But
baby.
yeah,
I need
even
compatibility.
like the other side of USB, where it's just like, why'd you do this? Why did you not make the other side like distinguishable from the other? Where it's just like there is a known way. Like, yeah, you can get to know your cable. It's just like, all right, if this is on this side, but then you have shit plugged into the wall like upside down. It's just like this is fucked, and it's totally
Yeah.
a first world problem. But normalize this shit. Get this lightning cable garbage out of my fucking life, Timmy Cook. USB-C.
Timmy Cook. Notebooks are going away because my brother's a teacher, and he said the entire school district is moving to it's either tablets or laptops, but K through 12.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have one in the entire
Wow.
district.
Yeah.
It's like
how
thousands
it is,
and
like,
thousands of kids.
Even with law school, yeah, you had one. I had one like for posterity, but in law school, it's really your laptop, whether you record the class or take notes, because, let's be honest, it's easier to type things than to write things, in my opinion. You can do a
Right.
lot more of the typing than you can the writing.
Right.
Yeah,
well, I
but,
thought in
you know-
law school they pull out an old leather book wrapped in
Yeah.
human flesh leather, and then they read
Yep,
the
and
laws
It's
to
called
you.
the Necronomicon, and that's
Yeah.
how we learn.
Yep. I mean,
That's how we learn in law school.
I don't know if it's for better or for worse, because I used a notebook up until my senior year of college, and that your boy was in college, so he got a MacBook, and then I opened it up in class and stopped learning forever.
Yep.
I was pretty good.
It's 'cause it
I used
exploded.
notebooks. It was in a Samsung. I used notebooks primarily in college. But that reminds
Yeah.
me of another thing too, because like this iMac I'm talking with right now does not have like a DVD drive and such. I had to buy one separately. I think DVDs and CDs are they like the most likely of all the things to be lost to time. Like I think kids will know about vinyl because vinyl is it's already a novelty now. People have their vinyl records, but CDs and DVDs, like I'm looking at this Blu-ray collection. Is anyone even going to give a shit about that in 20 or 30
No,
years?
I think that physical media, that was one of my big ones, because it's already going away. I think it's going to be completely gone in the next couple decades. Like,
Right, but
because,
not vinyl records or certain,
No.
there's laser discs, maybe there's like sort
It's
of
all
a
gonna
small
come
thing
back.
for that. You
Well,
think
that's-
DVDs and CDs will come back too?
Well,
That's
I
that's
think
the
it's
issue
gonna come
is
back
that-
like vinyl has come back. Like,
I
But
don't
no
know,
one is
though.
going to
Vinyl's
say
more
that
like-
the no
Vinyl's
one's
so
going to say
different.
that the
Like, they
best
have,
way
like,
to
a
listen
bigger-
to something is on a fucking CD. You know,
Right,
like
but-
no
but
one's
even
going to be
vinyl,
like,
it's not even about that. Like when you get a vinyl record, like it's really big. You have the artwork. You open it up. There's the lyrics. Like it's more of an experience. And I have a small little book-looking thing with a fucking DVD in it.
well, that's what I'm saying.
that's
If it goes
special.
away, Colin said they'll come back, and I think that is the way they'll come back is something like vinyl, where it's more of a experience of having it with like just like a decent booklet, cool artwork and stuff like that on it. And it's not even really about having the physical piece of media. It's about having, because you can listen to shit that are on vinyl and it sounds different, yada yada, but it's just like you want the whole package. So if physical media
Sure.
goes
Right.
away, I think if it comes back, it'll come back like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, there's also there's like a huge VHS boom, like it's not huge, but it's going on where like all the hipsters are like, I'm getting VCR and I'm doing all that shit.
Yeah. Which is already
It should-
stuff that kids now don't understand, VCRs
Yeah.
and VHS. And I did rewinding before you send it back to the store and what have you.
yeah,
I was
man.
thinking about that today with the physical media. Is that just got that Nintendo Switch? Tight.
tight.
And it's
Three
got the little
late to the game, boy.
Right, yeah, I'm super late, but as everyone probably knows, it has the little like SD cards for the games, right?
Yeah.
And it used to be a thing that having a cartridge was seen as stupid because they were so big and expensive. But now you can get a tiny flake of material that has like 256 gigabytes of data on
Yeah.
it. And I'm wondering, will those become cheaper than discs? And will we go back to physical cartridges? Because making a bunch of discs, I mean, I know they're trying to do cloud and everything, but if that doesn't happen, I wonder if there's a way that it'll somehow like revert and go back, because now that's cheaper and discs I don't have enough storage space on them.
I mean, it could be something like that because like phones did that. They got bigger and bigger, and then they got smaller and smaller, and now they're getting bigger again. Like that. I mean, so I could see that as a possibility. Maybe I don't know if it'll catch on because I think cloud is still the cheapest of all.
I mean, not even
Um,
cloud, just digital. You
Right,
know, I
digital.
have like 200 games installed on my Xbox, and I have 4 discs.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
buttons too. Like buttons, I feel like are gonna.
I hope
20 years from
I
now,
hope
the
I have to
idea of
explain
buttons-
buttons to
The
people. because
zippers
I'd be
are going to
sick.
take over, is what you're saying.
Yep, we're gonna be zipping everything.
Velcro.
Hell yeah. Zippers the way of the future. Buttons, I don't know, but zippers, that's how the devil gets in there real easy.
Yep.
Buttons, you got to work
yeah,
for it.
Yeah, that's how you hit rock bottom with the zipper.
Well, zippers are easy for anyone in the animal kingdom to use, whereas buttons, you kind of need the fine motor skills of a
Yeah.
homo-sapien.
Now imagine like timing a tiger or a gorilla with a button versus zipper thing. Like, well, it took them like 14 minutes with the buttons, but 9 minutes with the zipper. So I think we're onto something.
Hell yeah, let's
we
fund
talking
that, baby.
Yeah, let's get
Let's-
gorillas in 3-piece suits. I think that's
Yeah.
what you're saying by
Let's-
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's do
No,
it.
well, obviously what I mean is by buttons, I mean like controllers or phones or remote controls or anything really. Like buttons, like if you buy a TV now, like the buttons on the side that control volume, like those don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I have one button on both my TVs. They share it.
Insane. It's
I know.
madness.
My TV doesn't have. I can't find buttons at all. They might be there, but I don't think they are, and I don't even touch one. So I'm worried if I lose the remote, I'm fucked.
Dude,
Yeah.
If you lose the remote, the TV will attack you.
Yep.
I had this
You're no longer my master.
I had this TV in my
It's like losing
bedroom.
the genie lamp.
I had this TV in my bedroom for like 4 or 5 years now. I just learned of its power button like 2 years ago.
Oh. It might have a power button. I don't know. I looked all over multiple times because I'm like, what happens if this remote breaks? I guess I just throw the TV in the garbage and I
Yeah,
get
you
a
start
new
over.
one, you know?
Yep, start
Capitalism.
over, baby. You can be like an old dad and put Velcro on the bottom of it, and then Velcro it to the top of your TV every night.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be my move, baby. I'm dadding it
Wow.
up.
Oh, Joey and I are laughing.
Yeah.
Oh man. You
Different
don't want
reasons.
duct tape on the fucking battery little flaps of every single remote.
I
'Cause you
think
can't
that
keep flying away.
animals could probably figure out Velcro easier than zippers or buttons.
All I know is I think capitalism will reach its peak when I'm throwing my 55-inch 4K TV in the garbage when the remote goes out, and I will have to get a whole new TV because
That's the
I need a
future
new
we're
remote.
rocketing towards right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Like homeless people, like, I have this new TV. Where's the remote? I don't know. Well, then this fucking thing's worthless, isn't it?
Yep, throw it in the garbage. Oh yeah, dude. When you lose your remote, just give your TV to a homeless person.
Oh, nice.
And they can
When
use it as
someone's
a
like-
blanket. They can pull it up their body. Keep
It's
warm.
so large and
Yep.
was expensive.
It's called being green, guys. It's reuse, recycle, repurpose.
Sure,
Okay.
totally. Yeah. Man, what a bright future we have all towards us. I picture a world, TVs, just, the world's made of TVs. No gravel, just TVs.
No gravel.
Oh, it's like Terminator 2 when the foot comes down, but instead of a human skull, it's a TV. It's just a
The
giant.
TVs
walk-
took over.
It's like Rainbow Road and Mario Kart, but except for rainbows, it's like, just television screens with Trump's face on it. This is the world he imagines.
Oh,
okay.
I'm talking about how great he
Oh, wow.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
TVs everywhere. Trump coincidence? Probably
Yeah,
not. Maybe
I mean,
not.
guys, let's just go down this path, okay? We're gonna have to explain what democracy
Yeah.
was, okay?
Oh, wow. Slam dunk for the end of the episode.
Yes.
I'm going to tell little Quinn, hey, this is your Uncle Corey. By the way, voting, you had that almost 100 years ago, and then we decided that was a bad idea for everyone. So thanks a lot, by the way.
Yeah, we're
We used to have a post office, Quinn.
we're gonna have to explain the bottom halves of people's faces because they'll never see them again because we're gonna be in masks for the rest of our lives.
Oh man.
Dad, mommy, why do people wear lipstick? Well, because back in
What
the
are
day,
lips?
people could use.
Oh no, James Marsden career is done.
Oh man, you catch her on Net Zero one night, late at night. She's watching that clip of Rubber Lips on Batman and Robin, and it's like catching a kid with porn. You're like, "What are you doing?"
No, it's like
What is
it's like
this?
Fahrenheit 451. Like you have to burn all the evidence
Yeah.
of lips.
Lips?
You get swatted. Like they come in, they take your VHS copy.
Yep.
Man, that's like, your lips become just as sexualized as anything else. Like, that girl, she was showing me her lips. I think she wants to get down.
Oh man.
Like, lip cleavage was the hot topic these days.
Yeah, man. Duckface is gonna come back in a big way, baby.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like,
Oh.
when a girl duck faces you, that's pretty much like she might as well be showing her the vagina.
That, yeah, that's Pornhub Premium for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay
Like,
the
that's
extra
like
money.
that is a crime. If you did that with a child, that would be like a felony.
Yeah. Oh man, the world's gonna be bleak and dark.
But
Yeah,
hopefully
sorry,
we'll have
Quinn.
USB-C.
Quinn, there's a certain thing you give up for freedom, okay?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
man.
having to flip your charger cable around a million times. You're welcome. We did this for you.
We won the cable
Yep.
wars, and that was it. We lost everything else.
We're not it.
Hey man, small price to pay.
It's all about the lips, man. And then people just dressing up their genitalia to look like lips of a mouth.
Yeah. Oh
Things have come
god.
full circle.
Ah.
People are like,
Oh.
I've seen everything else. I don't care. I just want those lips. Like, everything else is, like, on everything. Daytime TV, people are fucking, but their lips aren't showing.
Yep.
Instead of like TNA, it's like LNA or something. They change that up. No, all right.
LNN, lips and nose.
Oh,
I just imagine
Yeah.
James Marsden becoming like the next like Jesus Christ. Like people around the world come to watch him. Like instead of turning water into wine, he just like shows
Hello?
them lips, and they're the best goddamn lips
Lips.
out there, and it changes people's lives.
Right. And then there's another new church where you're getting kissed by the pastor.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna pull us out of this tailspin and say thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Very Real Talk. When the face wars come, we're still going to be showing you guys our lips. We're not afraid. We're going to be out there on the front lines. Lips first, obviously.
Let's not politicize this too
Human
much, okay?
lips.
I mean, I'll do anything for some lips, So, but yes, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Very Real Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to listen to more of our episodes, feel free to go to our website. That's vrtcast.com. All of our episodes are on that website. Plus, on that website is the other podcast we do. That's called Very Real Tournament. We have plenty of episodes of that. We have a whole backlog, so feel free to go over there and check it out. If you don't want to go to our website, that's fine. You can head over to any podcast app that you could possibly conceive of. You'll find our lips there. We've kissed every single podcast app, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, CastBox. We're on all of those. Be sure to head over there, like, subscribe, rate, review. It helps us out a lot. And, the more you do that, the more lips you'll get. I'm just going on this train till the very end, baby. If you want to send us pictures of your lips, God don't, go ahead. Or do something totally different. If you want to tell us your theories about how Colin came to this earth and disguised himself as a human.
Right. Show your lips to the moon, people.
Show us those lizard lips, man.
Does lizards have lips?
Nope,
They
sure
do now.
don't.
Nothing I would know. Totally not a lizard. What? Good question. What do I know?
Yeah, send us your theories about why Colin's here, how he got here, and what his true lizard name is, because if you speak it, he'll turn into dust, and he'll be once again transported back up to the moon. You can send all those theories to our email address. That's vrtcast@gmail.com. I also want to take a quick second to thank the Thumps. They're a great band. They do all the music for our podcast. Feel free to go over to their Bandcamp. All their albums are there. That's thethumps.bandcamp.com. Also, head over to their Facebook page and like them. See what they're up to. Because they're wily. You never know what's going on over there. What kind of new art they're creating. All right, guys. Anything else, or can I go feel nostalgic and try and figure out how I'm going to explain, where my lips went and everyone's lips went to my daughter?
I'm trying to look at want to find some DVDs I had that were hologram, where if you change the angle, it'll change, and see if I can see my lips in the reflection.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, what are you going to do? Tell us.
Oh.
Do you have a joke, or is it nothing?
It was it was nothing.
It was nothing, ladies and gentlemen. It was nothing.
It was nothing. All right. Title of our podcast. It was nothing.
It was nothing.
It was nothing. All right. Until next week, I'm Lips Potter.
I'm Power Rangers Time Force.
I'm definitely not a lizard.
And I'm definitely, totally a human.
It's been real. It's been fun. And my aim away message this week? I'm having a real fun time watching Underworld Evolution in standard definition. Hit me up if you want to chat about feelings.
I went to a sleepover when I was like 9 because I had friends, and
Sick.
Sick.
it was one of their birthdays, and they got a bunch of those Harry Potter toys with the GAC, and I fell asleep first because I always tried to do that, because if I was the last one asleep, I would just have a panic attack and have my mom come get me because I'm a beta cuck. And
wow.
I wake up at some point during the night to all my friends surrounding me, one with scissors and one holding my hair because they got the goo in my hair and they had to cut it out. Yeah. Feel free to throw that in at the end.
Okay. Did you get cucked, or what happened?
Yeah, we'll talk about how you're a beta cuck, I guess.
What the fuck?
What were they doing with that goo that they got in your hair while you were sleeping?
Cucking me, probably.
Oh!
They were. Oh, I forgot the word. Jergen? What was that word again?
Joking?
Joking?
Oh, yeah, joking.
They're joking.
Oh, man. As soon as you said gross, because I've yet to look into it. All I know is that word.
Don't look it up.
I'm not
Don't
going
look it up,
to.
dog.
Hey, don't get on 4chan when you're like 13,
We're
Yeah.
going to 4chan. That's into my sentence.
And you don't have to Google everything you don't know, okay? Some stuff you can leave to the imagination.
What the fuck?
That was me being a lizard. That was my...
I know what it was.